Thank you so much for explaining that. It's always so fascinating to hear about the subconscious mind and the different brainwave states and just how science backs all of this. So hopefully, the first time I got hypnosis years and years ago, I'm such a fan of hypnosis. I see a hypnotherapist regularly. She records little 20-minute tracks for me based on what I'm working on, and then I listen to them over and over.
Exactly.
I've trained with Jose Silva's self hypnosis. Like I'm just such a big fan. But I remember being really fearful the first time, like years and years ago, thinking, "Oh my God, they're going to put me under, and I'm going to just tell them all my secrets." And it's so not that at all. So I think it's important to demystify it. So, what kind of results do you actually see from moms who use the Hypnobabies program? Like, you said something about 7 hours. I'd love to hear about that. But what are some of the success stories that you've seen?
Well, we have the majority of the people who do hypnobabies as directed, and I'll go back to that in a second. They have much easier, more comfortable births. That doesn't mean that everybody has pain-free births with this. We do have people who do, and we do have people who don't.
Mm.
And many people describe it as having strong menstrual cramps. Well, I'll take that any day over what I experienced. And it can get pretty ferocious depending on what's going on in your birthing. There are many dynamics that go into childbirth: the position of the baby, the health of the baby, the health of the mother, the people in the room, and the things that they're saying to you. You have to choose really well, and we'll teach you that in Hypnobabies. The people that come with you and the effect that they're having on you, you have to gauge that, and whether or not they should stay out in the waiting room or not be there at all, because right in the moment you're in hypnosis. And so could be a nurse coming in and saying things like, yeah, you're fine now at 5 centimeters, you're doing really great, but at 7 centimeters you'll be begging for that epidural. I was. Well,
Thanks, that's helpful.
boom, that can snap anybody right out of hypnosis, and then they have to get back in. They have to go back in and get deep and, block all of that negativity out, and we give them tools to do that. You'll learn the bubble of peace and all of those things, the fear clearing track, all those things that are great tools to use right in the moment. Um, but there's many things that can happen to alter the course of any birthing of anybody who's doing it anyway with any method. But I will say that it's pretty fascinating when people learn, practice, and use Hypnobabies as directed. The majority of people can get through it so much easier, and it's really joyful. And every single birth story that I read heals me from my birth stories that were, painful and traumatizing to me so long ago. So now just being a part of everybody else's birth stories is great.